Hi there, my name is Syed. Welcome to the channel. If it is your first time on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Check out other videos on the channel. So in this video, we will talk about how to become SAP Successful Manager and some of the easiest steps for SAP Manager to manage projects. So let's get started. Managing SAP. Learn SAP, not talking points. So you will find many times that there are managers out there who only have talking points. If you do not know, learn from experts. So many times you will find a manager who will not take advice from expert and try to use their own idea, and where they will inflict more issues into the project and into the system. Do not suggest your idea without knowledge. So without knowledge about anything and you try to suggest something, that will cause issues. Is like when you're driving on a road and you do not know the where to turn, and you say no, turn left and turn right, and you might not get to the destination without knowledge, because you just trying to put your ideas out there. Use common sense. Everything development is not a solution. Many times you will find SAP workshops, teams, projects where they focus heavily on development and ignore that solution is already out there in the system. That will it is almost like development work is far more than SAP standard, so you might as well develop a whole new system without SAP. Do not use politics and favoritism. You will find this in many projects. So talking point only. You will find managers who have talking points. They will talk about some SAP terms, for example, order to cash. They will talk about procure to pay. They will talk about some finance related terms. But do they really have some context in that? In SAP world, you will find manager who become manager for some reason but lack SAP knowledge. That is very true. They have become managers but of SAP application, but they do not have some context in that. They are best at talking point of SAP. So their great skill is management and the talking points, but what is behind their talking points? When you ask them, they lack knowledge and only make things worse. So that is very true. Do not use talking point. So that is the tip for the manager. Do not use talking point. Also learn talking point context as well. So what is behind there, what you're talking about, that will help you as become a great manager. That what is out there, that is one of the easy tips. Go to the application, take a look at it, learn SAP. So that is the next point. You will find managers who day in day out will talk about SAP. And if you ask about a few transaction code, what they've been talking about, they will fail. So they will not able to do a transaction in a system. What tells you about this manager? So they are not humble and they're arrogant, they're ignorant. So what is the difference between humble and arrogant? So humble, when you take a look at the tree which have a lot of fruits, it's always bent down because of the weight of the fruits. So that is the humbleness. The tree without fruits will not be bent down. It's always be straight up and be arrogant and ignorant. So when you see somebody, so that is a very good tip for a manager, to be humble and not to be arrogant and ignorant. So manager solution. So let's take a look at one of the example. If you have a mechanic who have years of experience and manager who is only manager for a auto shop trying to instruct the mechanic. So imagine in a auto shop, manager is a manager and come to the mechanic and tell the manager, okay, so you need to put this part there and put this part there, without knowing mechanics of the car or the what is mechanically need what fit where. So that is a big issue. Then that will cause an issue in the car, that will cause issue maybe later down the road or something like that. So manager solution is very bad for a project when they do not have a knowledge. Many SAP projects do fail because of SAP manager lack knowledge, and not only lacking knowledge, they try to put some wrong ideas into the things and try to put solution out there without knowing everything. If you do not know how to fly, then you cannot become a senior pilot or senior mechanic. So that's how the case is when you have senior managers that are out there and they are technically becoming application manager without knowing what is going on and without understanding it, so that will cause a lot of issues. And then also team's worst nightmare is when manager come in and try to tell them, okay, you need to do this and that without knowing what will cause. For example, a mechanic or a senior pilot come in, okay, and you put this gear up, maybe plane will go down or go up. That is a issue, big issue. And so don't become that manager who make things worse. Try to take the experts advice who know what are they doing onto the application. So everything development is not a solution. You will find many projects that their development, they're heavily rely on developers or development work, and maybe it's not a development issue because of the developers. Some developers are out there who would suggest everything to need to be developed because that's how things are. Sometimes you will find managers who will like to develop everything, and then you will find sometime business side of people as well, or users try to ask about development. Maybe because few of the things some people are suggesting because they do not know their function out there in the system you can use. But if it is they lack this knowledge, that's how the development start. Or sometimes they just want to develop because they need a job security on this, because they are the only developer know how to do things. So you will, if you imagine in a mechanic shop you have 3 people: manager, mechanic, custom designer. So if manager come in and the mechanic working on a thing, and then custom designer and manager will get together, so we will design every part of the car with the custom design, and we will not use standard parts. That is not cost efficient. For every problem you will design a new part, or you fix simple fix with existing parts. So that's how things are. If you do not use existing parts, then what is the purpose of using? You might as well put a like a new custom design thing instead of using existing thing and try to modify every little thing in there in the application. So that is the issue. Ethics are half of wisdom. Leaders stay behind to the help instead of just cause problems. So become that leader. Insecurities tells you about knowledge. So don't be insecure, be open about it. If you do what you know, what you do not know, and take advice from your team members and go on from there instead of just trying to make things worse. Knowledge is the key to success. So that is a biggest tip for the managers who want to become a manager, who are the managers, and how to improve upon their skills. So how to become successful manager? This is ethics are half of the wisdom, knowledge is the key to success, and the things I have talked about in this slide. So please go ahead and subscribe, like, leave a comment, and thank you very much for watching this video.